Hi guys, I'm trying to show a quick video for how to do today's activity. Today we talked about works cited citations. It's kind of a tough day for you to miss. So there is a 20-point activity for today that you are eligible to make up. I'm trying to describe it in this video. So I'm in the module for today. It's April 4th. There are 3 things here. This is the lesson. It's basically my lecture. This is the Dropbox for the homework, and this is the file which I will go over in a later part in the video to show you the homework assignment. Okay, so let me pull up the lecture file. Here they're just talking, this is quotes from the MLA handbook. They're talking about why we use citations, why they're important, some shifts that they believe that they've made from a previous edition. They want to start implying that all sources can follow this step 1 through 9. I think this is a confusing way to talk about it, so I'm going to kind of talk about it and not talk about it and discredit it a little bit. We have different rules whether we have 1, 2, or 3 authors. So if you have 1 author, it's last name, comma, first name. That's pretty standard. But when you have 2 names, 2 authors, it's Smith, comma, John and Bill Williams. That second name is listed just normally. If you have 3 authors, we only now list the first name at all. Is Latin for and the rest of them. The last names, or all of the names, are just going to appear in the order that they appeared in the original source. Here we have the difference between italics and quotes, and I have a little screenshot of what appeared on the board in our class. I draw this awful picture every semester. If something appears in italics, it is a newspaper source or a magazine source. I call it the whole puzzle. It's that big thing, the thing that brings everything else together. The name of your music album, the name of a journal. If something is in quotation marks, it's part of the puzzle. It comes together. A group of them, a bunch of them come together to create the whole puzzle. Think article titles, song titles, names of your chapter, that kind of thing. Okay, back to lecture. These are a couple of different examples of citations. Last name, comma, first name. This is a citation for a book. We have the publisher and the date. This is a citation for a TV episode. We have the name of the episode, the name of the TV show. This would be step 4 in their 1 through 9 examples showing us other contributors. This is step 5, the name of our publishing company, and the date. There are a series of links here today. This Purdue OWL page format one is pretty similar to my lecture if you want a little more information there. This is about books, and this one's about periodicals. These are the main 2 that you're going to want to look at for your homework assignment. If I jump over to books, so here's why I don't like 1 through 9. This is showing you what you need to do if you're going to follow steps 1 through 9. But not every example is going to need everything from 1 through 9. So sometimes I think it's easier to find your exact what you're looking at and follow that example. So if you're going to follow the example for a basic book, here they're giving you that generic description, and I think that this can be more clear. So basic book, last name, comma, first name, title of the book, city of publication. But they'll note we are only using the city of publication if the book is published before 1900. Name of the publisher and the publication date. It's reminding you how to treat books with multiple authors, but that description is also on your lecture file. Books with an edition, you'll have 1 or 2 of those today. The edition appears with a lowercase ed after the title of the book. And a source within an anthology. I think I went too fast. A work in an anthology. It's like if you had a book of poetry and you wanted to cite just 1 poem. Okay, this would be the name of your 1 poem, your author's name, maybe an editor who put together that work of poetry, publisher, year, and pages. Okay, this is the link for the periodicals. Article in a magazine, again, here's the difference. They want to show you steps 1 through 9, but you don't need all of this information on steps 1 through 9. Okay? Pay attention to exactly what type of source you are looking at and follow that example. It'll cut out a lot of this extra junk that you don't need. Ignore the printer in the background. Somebody's printing in the office. Here's an article in the newspaper. These two are going to feel extremely similar. If you're looking at an online newspaper, you're probably not going to have page numbers. Okay. The next one is an article in a scholarly journal. You're going to do this one a lot. You're going to do it a couple of times for the activity that is today. The difference for this one versus the other two is the volume and issue number. Okay, see where they are here? We abbreviate them, we don't capitalize them, we use periods. Pay close attention to where the periods are and where the commas are. Okay, last name, comma, first name, article title, the name of the journal, and volume and issue number. The date, we only use the year for a journal source and pages. Okay, so this is the homework file. It's titled New MLA Day Activity for 8th edition. There are 7 sources in here. Magazine, newspaper, book, maybe with an edition number, scholarly journal source, and a source from within an anthology. So you need to look at your source and determine what type of source it is and follow that example. Okay, so these are screenshots basically from the library. All the information you should need is going to be up in this top little third section. Title of the article, name of the journal, date, volume, issue number. Think about what kind of source it is. I've tried to keep it pretty clear. You've got 1, 2, 3 authors. How do you treat a source with multiple authors? Okay, look back at lecture. Listen to the video again. New York Times, what kind of source is that? Find the example. Follow the example. 1 author. Easy peasy. The next one is, again, College Student Journal. What kind of source do you think that is? Follow that specific example. Wall Street Journal, tricky, it's not a journal. What kind of source is that? Okay, think about it. Follow the examples. Time. Okay, follow the example. Figure out what kind of source it is. This is your anthology example. Okay, I've got some colors just to make sure you see what pages go together. The names of the editors, not the authors. Okay, title page, green. Copyright page, green. This is your actual source that you are citing as your source in the anthology. Green, green. Okay, now we're switching to your last source, yellow. It's a textbook, just a regular book. Okay, a book with an edition, yellow. We got a title page and a copyright page, and that's the end. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Send me a message.